Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. Today we are going to do something a little different, a little nostalgic, but hopefully very practical. Today we are going to feature this true classic in the world of laptops, the legendary ThinkPad X200. But we don't just admire the ThinkPad X200 as a relic. We use the ThinkPad X200 with a modern, lightweight, and very user-friendly system, Linux Lite version 7.4. The goal: to see if this old workhorse will still be a capable everyday machine in 2025. Next, we'll install Linux Lite 7.4 on this ThinkPad X200 and talk about everything related to it. First, we'll power on the ThinkPad X200, see the boot screen, press the F1 key, and enter the BIOS settings. Press F9 to restore the default settings. Then, press F10 to save and exit. At this point, the ThinkPad X200 should reboot. When you see the boot screen again, press F12 to get into the boot menu. Here, just select Boot from USB HDD. Now, we'll see the boot options menu for Linux Lite 7.4. We'll select Boot Linux Lite 7.4 Live System. Next, we'll load the Linux Lite 7.4 Live System from the flash drive. On this ThinkPad X200, this process will take about 3.5 minutes. We'll use this time to understand the ThinkPad X200 hardware. The ThinkPad X200. If you're into laptops, you've probably heard of it. This is Lenovo's ultra-portable business machine from the late 2000s. The ThinkPad X200's design is classic ThinkPad, a black understated ARM built like a tank. This shape, 12.1-inch screen, sturdy hinge, and splash-proof keyboard all scream durability. Speaking of keyboards, oh man, a lot of people think this is one of the best laptop keyboards ever made. Things like how it feels to use it, how it's laid out, and how it's designed. Typing is a breeze. If you're a prolific writer, this is a huge plus. Under the hood, you will usually find an Intel Core 2 Duo processor, 2 to 4 GB of standard RAM, though ours may be upgraded, and a traditional hard drive. The screen resolution is usually 1080x800, which is pretty good, but it's not to HD quality by today's standards. Why is it still interesting? Apart from how well it's made and the keyboard, it's got a bunch of ports that are pretty standard for the time: USB, Ethernet, VGA, yep, VGA, and an SD card reader. It's surprisingly lightweight for how sturdy it is, weighing around 1.4 kilograms or just over 3 pounds. The good news is that you can still find these machines used, and they're not too expensive. It's not perfect, obviously. It doesn't have the latest ports like HDMI or USB-C. It's pretty clear that this processor isn't going to hold a candle to a modern A5 or Ryzen. The stock battery's battery life can be, well, I'd say it's pretty limited. You might need a new battery or an extended battery. That's pretty much a wrap on the ThinkPad X200's hardware. Now, let's take a look at the live system of Linux Lite 7.4. Usually, I like to open the Task Manager first to check the resource usage during system installation. Now, we're going to officially start the Linux Lite 7.4 installation session. Step 19, select language. I chose English. Step 20, select keyboard layout. I chose American English keyboard. Step 3, choose wireless. I chose to install offline without network. Step 4, updates and other software option. I chose to install third-party software and drivers. Step 5, installation type option. I chose to erase disk and install Linux. In the advanced option, I chose none. Step 6, time zone option. Step 7, create user account. Fill in your name, your computer's name, username, and password. Here I have also selected automatic login. When you click Continue, Linux Lite 7.4 will start installing on your hard disk. The installation on a ThinkPad X200 takes about 13 minutes. I'd like to chat about my take on Linux Lite 7.4 as we go through this. Linux Lite is an awesome, free, open source operating system built on Ubuntu LTS. That stands for long-term support, so you can count on it being stable and getting updates for years to come. The idea behind Linux Lite is to be lightweight and user-friendly, especially for people who are switching from Windows to Linux. The whole idea behind Linux Lite is to be lightweight and user-friendly especially for people who might be switching from Windows. Linux Lite is a great fit for hardware like the ThinkPad X200 does. It doesn't take up a lot of your computer's resources, so it can make older hardware feel fast and responsive. Linux Lite uses the XFCE desktop environment. As you can see, it's clean, familiar, as very similar to a traditional Windows layout with a taskbar and start menu, and highly customizable without being overly complex. Linux Lite comes with tons of software that you'll actually use. It's ready to go right out of the box. You'll get the latest Firefox web browser, the full LibreOffice suite for docs, spreadsheets, and presentations, the VLC media player for video, and Thunderbird for email. There's also a super easy to use software manager to install thousands of other free apps. One of the best features for new users is the Lite Welcome app that appears when you first start up. It'll walk you through the basics like installing updates, drivers, and popular software. There are also Lite tweaks and Lite software that make system management and software installation a breeze. Now, installation is complete. Click Restart Now to reboot your computer. The system prompts we need to remove the installation media, then press Enter to continue. This is our first time using Linux Lite 7.4. After the installation is finished, first we see the Lite Welcome. We select Install Updates. The install update process takes about 2.5 minutes on this ThinkPad X200. Let's talk about how the ThinkPad X200 and Linux Lite 7.4 work together. I think putting Linux Lite 7.4 on ThinkPad X200s is like giving it a new life. In terms of performance, it starts up super fast, way faster than a regular Windows installation on similar hardware. Opening apps like web browsers or LibreOffice Writer is a piece of cake. Multitasking feels responsive to basic tasks. It's not for editing 4K video or playing the latest 3A games, but for basic stuff like web browsing with multiple tabs, managing email, working with documents, and streaming video as long as the hardware can handle it. It's totally fine. When it comes to hardware compatibility, Linux Lite 7.4 on the ThinkPad X200 usually has a lot going for it. Wi-Fi, sound, webcam if available, and keyboard shortcuts usually work right away, and they're always a sure thing on this ThinkPad X200 laptop. I'm going to talk about who the ThinkPad X200 and Linux Lite 7.4 combo is for. If you're in the market for a reliable and affordable laptop for basic tasks, this is the perfect choice. This is for a student who needs a portable machine to take notes, do research, and write. I'm a nostalgic tech enthusiast looking to repurpose classic hardware. It's a secondary machine for traveling or simple tasks. It's a great example of how well the old ThinkPad was made and how well modern lightweight Linux distributions work. To sum it up, the ThinkPad X200 and Linux Lite 7.4 are a great pair. They'll give you a powerful, reliable, and enjoyable computing experience without breaking the bank. It's not the fastest machine out there, but it's got an excellent keyboard, solid build, and Linux Lite, a modern, secure, and user-friendly open source operating system that breathes new life into the hardware. It's sustainable, cost-effective, and honestly, it's just a cool combo of old-school hardware and modern, efficient software. If you've got an old ThinkPad X200 that's just sitting there collecting dust, or if you're looking to get your feet wet with Linux, I'd highly suggest checking out Linux Lite 7.4. Thanks so much for watching. If you like this, please give it a like and consider subscribing as I bring you more technical explorations. If you've used X200 on Linux, or if you have another favorite lightweight distro, let me know in the comments.